and welcome to the Wednesday, February 3rd edition of the Islandstats Sports Brief. I'm Earl Beasley. During a walk down memory lane last night, Neil Painter and Kenny Thompson shared their most memorable matches as a junior and a senior player.
Well, I'll start with the youth one where I was forced to play in girl, right? By my coach, who is now my father-in-law. We were playing in what was called the youth, the junior league at the time, which was like the under 19s or whatever. And I was a bantam player, and obviously I was playing upper division and played center half all year. Rock Brown played center half all year. All year playing center half. And Kobe Durant couldn't play in girl, and Carlos Casey was our backup keeper. He told the coach he's not playing. The coach looked at me, but you're the youngest. What could I say? Because I wanted to play, you would have played anywhere.
Yeah.
We ended up playing that game, and guess what? We won the cup, and we won 2-1. That's one of my junior highlights playing. When it comes from a senior perspective, obviously winning the Friendship Shield with St. George's was a highlight of my career, particularly winning with your home club. But to win the league in my first year at Dandytown, where I played every game except for one,
Cool.
and I got sent off in the second last game of the season because a fan cursed off Mr. Joe Brown, and I got sent off because he thought it was me. But winning the league for Dandytown was epic. Winning the Friendship with St. George's and winning that youth cup with St. George's youth team were three games that really stand out.
The one that stood out the most was the year of the riots in '77. That weekend when the riots were taking place on that Saturday, we were supposed to play Dandytown at Somerset. And of course, everything was postponed because of the riots. And so over the Christmas break, there was, I think it was just down to Christmas and Boxing Day being held on the Saturday and Sunday, I think. And so in lieu, the Monday and Tuesday were the holidays. And so on one of those days, the BFA had rescheduled the Dandytown Somerset game. And there was no senior game in front of it. It was this standalone youth game. And there were at least 1,500 people at the game for this under 14 game. And it finished 0-0, but it's very, very evenly contested and exciting. So that from a youth perspective, that was the game that stood out to me the most. In the seniors, every time that we won the league and we won, different cups, those were the standouts. You really cherish those moments. But I think the standout game, ironically for me, was I wasn't playing for Somerset. I was playing for Eagles against Somerset. And the game finished 3-3. Well, I scored two. One was a really, one of the girls that I really cherish in terms of it being an individual goal. And we were leading 3-2 with basically next to no time left. And a cross comes in, and your co-host was at the far post to equalize and make it 3-3. That game was just epic. Another one was playing for Eagles against North Village at BAA. That was seesawing. Again, one of those games that I scored. One of the goals that I'll always remember from just inside the North Village half in the center circle. And I let fly and it went in. And it was 2-2 deep into time added on. And Terrence Sluggo Christopher scored what would have been the winner. And the fans back then, as they used to do, ran on the field to celebrate. And one fan in the celebration jumped onto the crossbar and hung on the crossbar. And back then, the crossbars, the posts were wooden. And when we looked up again, the girl at the serpentine end looked like the letter M. So he cracked the crossbar, the game was abandoned, and we lost the replay at the Devonshire Rec 2-0.
Dyer Parker Williams and his Falkirk teammates made it 3 wins in a row in Group B of the Iceland Cup after defeating Fulmer 3-2. Meanwhile, Bristol City stayed atop of the Professional Development League following a 2-1 win against King Critchlow and his Watford teammates. The NACAC Athletes Commission will, in its information session, scheduled for tomorrow, February 4th, will welcome the entire NACAC area. The NACAC Athletes Commission has 10 members, one of which is Bermuda's Brian Wellman. The NACAC Athletes Commission is in the process of developing itself by reaching out to athletes across the entire area, being fully aware that many athletes have not been made sufficiently knowledgeable of its existence. Like their Canadian counterparts in Major League Soccer, Marcelo Wainwright and his Toronto Arrows teammates are wondering where they will be able to play this year. New Zealand Sail GP announced the team that will be at the start line on April 24th in Bermuda for the first event of Sail GP Season 2. Team Bermuda has officially become the first international team to be sponsored by MOTIV Bowling. Bermuda's national bowling team is now coached by Pharoah Williams. And that's a look at this Wednesday, February 3rd edition of the Islandstats Sports Brief. I'm Earl Bingston.